Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. I'm still up to my eyeballs in boxes, you guys, but we're wading through. The majority of the work is over. Hopefully things will return to normal soon. All right, we're starting off this morning with this lovely email that I received with the pictures this woman got for a bag and a ornament. Love it. All right, we have a lot to cover today, so let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. All right, we're going to start off with Sienna, Princess Beatrice's daughter. She apparently was out with Eugenie's son at the zoo. You know, they've released a lot of beautiful pictures. I love Eugenie's husband here walking with their son, August, through the woods. Very nice, cute pictures. They're still not showing their face, but okay. Next up, the Very Light National Rail Innovation Center was given a plaque made by the IoT and used with the latest CNC machining technology, and the Duke of Gloucester is the one who revealed it. Way to go, love it. Next up we have Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. She was at the Morehouse and College on Wednesday, and she opened the new therapy and specialist teaching hub. Good for her. Moving on. Next up, Sarah Ferguson has now come out talking about Prince Andrew, and basically she's saying you need to just stop already. Let Andrew get on with his life. Let him rebuild whatever life he's going to have and leave him be. I have to say, I agree. Moving on. Next up, some new information has come out about the coronation. Apparently, Queen Camilla is going to have two ladies in attendance at Westminster Abbey. Lady Lansdowne, who was a close friend and Queen's companion, and her sister, Annabel Elliot. They will be with her during the coronation. Now, other members of her family are also going to be involved in the service. 3 grandsons and a great nephew are going to be her pages of honor in the Abbey. And the rest of Camilla's 6 companions will be at the Westminster Abbey for the service. And those roles were created to replace traditional ladies in waiting. Pretty cool. Moving on. All right, moving on. We know that this past Friday would have been the Queen's 97th birthday. We know that she passed away on September 8th last year, just months after her Platinum Jubilee. And it's a good time for reflection by the family, you know, and to remember, as King Charles's coronation, that she had the longest period in history as the Queen, and he had the longest period in history as the Prince of Wales. But the family misses her very much. That's very obvious. She was very calm and reassuring. Yeah. You know, I have to tell you that the article said that she took time back in 2022 to look at reels of old home movies that she and her parents had shot over the years. Could you imagine how comforting that was to her towards the end? I just can't. All right, moving ahead. Now we're moving on to a never-been-seen-foreign photo of the Queen that was taken during her last vacation by Catherine. Now, of course, first off, we have this photo. And, of course, the Sussex squad went, look, they're racist. Harry and Meghan's children aren't there. They weren't born yet. I'm like, you should check the date on the photo before you speak. Now, the next photo is the one that Catherine took, and everybody went, look, they're racist. Harry and Meghan's children aren't there. Well, Harry and Meghan's children aren't in the photo because when they were invited, Harry and Meghan said no. So what do you think? The Queen shouldn't take pictures with the other family members because Harry and Meghan have decided they're not going to attend? I mean, these people are deranged. All right, moving on. It was Prince Louis' birthday. Now, we know how this works. They give the information and it's released at it's held to a certain time and then it's released. The whole world knows how this works. So this absolutely fabulous photo of Prince Louis pops up on the screen. Now, there is a little bit of a difference in this portrait from the other portraits, in that all the other birthday photos were taken by Catherine herself. But this time, the photos were taken by the young lady who also took Catherine and William's wedding photos. So she managed to get this fabulous shot of Catherine pushing Louis in the wheelbarrow. I love it. The photos are so unstaged, and I just love the way it looks. Now, I also love this statement by Evans. I hope the Sussex squad can see Buckingham Palace didn't make a separate post wishing Louis a happy birthday, because when a post doesn't go up for Archie, they're going to be screaming racism. Like, come on. All right, you guys. Now we are moving on to our big story of the day. So here's what happened. The Telegraph ran a story saying that Meghan Markle sent King Charles a personal letter over the family racism concerns. Okay? This information just came out of the blue. Now, there's several issues and things that have happened since this article has been put up by the Telegraph, okay? First of all, we know that Meghan likes to put stuff up and try to steal the thunder. She put up that photo, it wasn't Photoshop, but she put up that picture of her carrying Archie pregnant, supposedly, when it was Prince Louis' other birthday. She put hers out 20 minutes earlier. We all remember when they were in New York, when William and Catherine were in New York, they put out the Invictus game trailer, the Netflix trailer. She's constantly trying to one up. So I find it very interesting that this came out right as everybody was about to get pictures of Louis for his fifth birthday. This reeks of Meghan Markle, because this is her MO. This is what she does. So where we heard that she wanted Harry to go back and she wanted Harry to heal the rift and all of this stuff, now she's claiming, or it's being claimed, that the reason she's not going to the coronation is that the concerns that she shared from the Oprah interview were not addressed to her satisfaction. What? I find that funny, because that did not stop her from attending the Platinum Jubilee. She was there with bells on, rolling down windows, going into windows with children to make sure her picture was taken. But in this instance, no, it's not going to be enough for her. Now, let me just tell you, it's being said that she wrote to Charles about her poor mental health. And one of the big things that she wrote about was the launch of the bullying probe that was against her, that the palace has yet to release, okay? Now, they're claiming that Meghan wrote to the king, in reply to one that the king sent her, the only person who's contacted her after the Oprah interview, okay? That's what's being alleged. Now, I happen to agree with Harry's great suit here. I also agree with Princess Naomi Skye, who pointed out that Harry and Meghan said the family never responded to the racism claim. So now they've changed the narrative again. And of course, since they didn't get their demands met, now they're leaking stuff. Now, supposedly in this letter, she stated that she knew that the person who made the comment was not a racist, and the comment was made without malice. I completely agree with, according to Taz. I think Meghan is extremely unhappy because Harry is going to that coronation without her. I think their whole racism thing, remember, they tried to roll it back. And they tried to roll it back because they had demands and they wanted to be at the coronation. They wanted to be on the balcony. And so they were rolling everything back, but that didn't work. So now they're bringing it out again. This is exactly what they're doing. And I completely agree with Karmic Tomato and what they wrote here. Thank you for the invitation. I want this, 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 and this. And when they didn't get it, you're a racist. And we're right back to the same narrative. And I also agree with Akua. I think right up until the night of the coronation, she's going to be pulling these stunts. But my take on what happened is this. I think she reached out to the royal family because of the bullying probe. I don't think it had anything to do with the way she was treated by the family. The family accepted her, paid for a huge wedding. You know, we've already seen all the headlines where they came out and defended her, even though she claims that they never did. We know that they did. I think the bullying allegations were coming out. She knew that they launched the investigation, and that's why I think she reached out. Now, I want to tell you that I agree with all of these people. I think this was a stunt, and I think it's going to backfire tremendously. Why would the royal family leak this information right before the coronation? I want you guys to really think about that. Now, if Meghan didn't have anything to do with this, then why would Jenny Affia, Meghan's attorney, suddenly be involved calling the Telegraph demanding changes to the article? Why would that be? And as Sabira Lone pointed out, Harry and Meghan claim that they don't speak to the UK media. They would never speak to the Telegraph. However, there's pictures of Harry with the woman from the Telegraph all over the place. I mean, obviously Harry's friends with this woman. Here he is hugging her in 2018. He obviously knows her. I think they called her and said, "We have a scoop for you." I don't think they just thought it was going to backfire as badly as it did. So here's where it gets more interesting. It appears that Meghan's legal team wrote to the Telegraph over that article that was clearly favorable towards her and nasty towards Charles. We don't know what was in the legal letter. We haven't been informed. You have to wonder if she's stupid enough to give them the story, and then when this thing blew up, she called Jenny Affia, send letters to try to cover her tracks. That may not work. Now, for those of you who are unaware, the online articles have now been revised 5 separate times. So apparently what's happening is Meghan's reading them going, well, I don't like the way this reads, calls somebody, has it changed, doesn't like the way something else reads, calls up, has it changed. 5 times, you guys. 5 times. So what does that tell you? I mean, come on, use your brain. Now, of course, Omid Scobie has to be... I find it interesting he wrote a statement from Team Sussex. Did you guys notice that? It said Team Sussex. Now, this is important. He wrote, the Duchess of Sussex is not thinking about correspondence from 2 years ago related to conversations from 4 years ago, and any suggestion otherwise is false and frankly ridiculous. We encourage tabloid media and various royal correspondents to stop the exhausting circus that they alone are creating. I find that statement very interesting. So I completely agree with this tweet. Meghan confirmed the 2021 correspondence and the race conversation in 2019. Now with this, I have to say, first, Valentine Lowe put up a statement that the question is, why does the Sussex camp want to leak all this? Well, that would be because she didn't get what she wanted for the coronation. Then Kate Austin pointed out that this is happening 2 weeks before the coronation and on the eve of Louis' birthday because some people want to be the center of attention. I agree. Richard Eden pointed out that this was disclosed and published by the Telegraph. The one British newspaper Harry said in the Netflix show was not a tabloid. Interesting. And Chris Shipp even came out and said, well, they've created this media circus with Netflix and The Spare, but apparently everything else is, a media circus. Now, of course, we know that the article came out on the 21st, and the Telegraph said that the correspondence between the two of them is why, Meghan's not going to the coronation. So Meghan said no. And the chatter is that she's staying home for Archie's birthday. Now, here's what I know. When you stay home for a child's birthday party, you usually invite other children. She's inviting Oprah, Tyler Perry. I heard a rumor she invited the governor of California, and he said, no, thank you. I mean, unbelievable. She's inviting people that can help her politically. She's inviting people. She's not inviting people for her poor son. I feel so bad for that kid. And she's going to release pictures, not because she wants you guys to see her son, because let's face it, she never releases photos. She's going to do it because she's going to try to upstage the coronation. The royal family at some point is going to have to realize that they are never going to stop. It's never going to stop. And as long as the royal family leaves them with titles and stays connected to them, they can expect this for the rest of Charles's reign. I guarantee you, and I'm saying Charles's reign because I guarantee you, when William comes into power, that will come to a complete stop. The entire world has noticed that there was never this kind of drama in the family until Meghan Markle came along. Nothing until Meghan Markle came along. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see it. It's just insane. I mean, when you get down to it, Meghan has undermined Charles's coronation. She's never going to stop. This is going to continue. And Charles has nobody to blame but himself, because he didn't take decisive action when she started all this crap. The titles should have been pulled. Harry's prince status, into abeyance. Everything into abeyance. You're only known as Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor. Have a nice day. You're not invited to all of these things. At this point, I got to be honest, I'm really shocked that Charles has not uninvited Harry and said, we're done here. Like, I'm really having trouble now starting to feel sorry for Charles because he's the one bringing this on himself. All right, you guys, you know what I want. Leave those comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, just double check and make sure you're still subscribed. Don't forget to go up into the description box. You'll find the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, and my email, as well as my Patreon, which right now is on pause. For those of you who've donated through the coffee fund and through my thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.